DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. I want to address this question I get asked a lot, and I know a lot of people are thinking when they look at my videos, they look at, or at least what they know about my life, my career, and all of that. And people ask me, what drives you to keep going? Like, what is it that's making you, Dre? You 31 years old, and you've been playing all these years, you didn't make it to the top level yet. What is it that drives you to keep going? Why do you work out? Why do you work so hard? Why do you go to the gym every day? Why are you doing this? What is motivating you? Because they look at me, you think about the average person who, once they get over the age of 30, they ain't really hit the top level in ball. We just talking about basketball players. They gonna kind of tail off. They ain't gonna keep working as hard as they was when they was 25, because it's kind of like, they pretty much start thinking that they can't make it, or whatever they think. I don't know what other people be thinking. I can't speak on that, actually. But for me personally, what is it that makes me keep going? What is it that drives me? What is it that gets me up in the morning to go do all this stuff that you see on YouTube? And it's difficult for me to put it into words, because it's not really about... One thing I really dislike is to sound cliche. Like, I ain't gonna sit up here and be like, I do it every day because, I'm a warrior and I just gotta work hard. It's just work, and all that other bullshit that you can read in books or hear on some of these other whack motherfuckers YouTube videos. It's really just who I am. I mean, it's just who I am. It's hard to kind of put that completely into words for people to understand it. You can never really completely understand who another person is, no matter how much time you spend around, and how much you listen to them, watch them, talk to them. It's just who I am. I mean, I get up every day and I go put in the work, because I don't know anything else. I can't not put in the work. Like, if I go a day and I don't really if I go a whole day without working out, something don't feel right. If I go 2 days without working out, then something must be wrong. I must have an injury, or I'm on vacation, or I'm traveling, or something that stopped me from putting the workout in. Like, it's just who I am. I get up every day and I put in the work. When I'm done with basketball, I'm going to find some other outlet to put that energy into. Like, it ain't going to be basketball forever. We all know, by the age pretty much of 40, pretty much almost everybody's done playing basketball on an every single day basis. And once I get to the level where I'm playing with some younger guys and they running past me and jumping over me and I can't really compete or keep up, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to be out there playing until I'm on my last leg. That ain't me. When I get to the point where I can't perform at a high level, like out there busting people's ass, when I get to that point, I'm done playing basketball. Because I want to win. And when I say win, that don't mean like the next pickup game. It does mean the next pickup game, but it doesn't. It's like, I always knew that in my life I was going to be the best at something. It was something I was going to end up being the best at. And that's what drives me. I mean, that's my motivation. And when it comes to getting up and working, like I said, it's just my character. It's just who I am as a person. It's hard for me to kind of explain it. There's no way that I could explain it to you that's going to make you want to do what I do. Because everybody is their own self. Like, you got to do what you do. You can't be me. I can't be you. You can't be fill in the blank name of any famous person you like, any basketball player you like. You can't be that person. You got to be you. So you got to take your circumstances, your situation, your abilities, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and shape them to fit who you are. You could take what you see somebody else doing, something you like. Like, for example, yesterday I was watching a Derrick Rose highlights mix. And Derrick Rose is pretty fucking good. But I ain't trying to be Derrick Rose. I might take something he did and say, I can use that. I can adapt that to me and use that to my advantage. Like, I can't do the move the same way Derrick Rose did, because Derrick Rose is probably one of the quickest basketball players in the world. So just because Derrick Rose did it on TV don't mean you can go do it, unless you just as quick as Derrick Rose and just as athletic / explosive. Is a 99% chance that you ain't, and that includes me. So you got to adjust everything to your situation, what works for you. So as far as me, back to the topic, as far as me going out and doing the stuff that I do every single day, you out there watching this video, you got to find what it is that you about. That's really the best way to put it. Now I done talked through it. Now I kind of got to the point. You got to figure out what it is you're about as a person. Like, I was watching, you ever watched the show, The Wire? In The Wire in season 2, when the whole season was focused on those guys down at the docks that worked on the boats and was stealing shit and all that, Frank Sabatka and all that. If you didn't watch The Wire, it's okay. I'm explaining to you why I'm bringing this up. The guy who was in charge at the docks, his name was Frank, right? And he had a son who was like kind of like a fuck up. He was like, he was smoking weed. He tried to sell drugs, and he tried to sell some shit that he stole. He always had some new little scheme he was trying to do, but he was never really good at nothing. He wasn't really motivated in life. You know, he was kind of just a fucking loser, basically. That's the way the show depicted him. That's the way the show made his character out to be. And one day, his dad, Frank, was talking to his son. His son was named Ziggy. And he's talking to Ziggy. He was like, Ziggy, what are you about? Like, who are you as a person? What is it that makes you get up out of bed every day? What are you doing as a person? Like, what's your life about? I don't remember what Ziggy's answer was, but the point of me bringing that up is that's the question that you got to ask yourself. Like, what is it that you about? Me, what I'm about is, like I said, I always knew that I was going to reach a high level in something. It was going to be something that I was going to do that people are going to say. I'm going to walk, in the mall, and somebody going to be like, yo, that's, what's the name? Fill in the name. And it ain't like I can't go to the fucking grocery store. It ain't like I'm that famous or nothing like that. But like I said, that's what motivates me. Even if I hadn't reached that level, is the journey that matters. If I go my whole life and that motivates me to go do the things that I do, I'll be happy. Whether that be basketball, whether I decide to start writing books, whether I want to become a fucking bodybuilder, whatever, it doesn't matter. You got to figure out what it is you're about. What is your life about? What are you about as a person? You got to be able to define yourself. Like, what is it? Who are you? What do you want to be known for? If somebody that didn't know you, right? If somebody that didn't know me, let's say they had a camera crew film me, everything I did for a week straight. For somebody that didn't know me from nowhere, never heard of me, don't even watch basketball. If they film me and watch me for a week, that person would know exactly what I'm about. You understand? If somebody was filming you, if you watched yourself, you thought about everything you did for the last 7 days, every single day, what would somebody say? If you was watching you, you didn't know you, what would you say that person is about? What is that person's life about? What motivates them? What drives them? Where are they going? Who is this guy? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. And maybe it'll be basketball. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be something else. Basketball is not for everybody. You don't have to be a basketball player. If you don't make it in basketball, that's okay. There are plenty of things in life anyone can be successful at. Like, I'm driving right now. Y'all know how when you driving and you look up next to the traffic light and you see the little green street signs that tell you what street you on? Like, we need those signs. Like, there are people whose job it is to put those signs up there. I need those signs because they help me know where the hell I'm at and where I'm going, especially if I'm in a foreign place. And I hope y'all get the point. It ain't really about that. Like, I'm driving in the street right now. There are people whose job it is to pave the road, so it ain't no potholes, so it's smooth driving, so you could get from point A to point B without fucking up your tires or your car. We need that. There are people who make cars. I don't know how to do any of these things I mentioned. I don't know how to put up street signs. I don't know how to pave roads. I don't know anything about making cars, but there are people who are great at it, and maybe you'll become one of those. Maybe you'll be great at something else. There are coaches out there. There are trainers out there. There are people who landscape, people who build buildings. You got to figure out what it is you're about. What is your life about? What are you here for? What's your purpose? Figure that out. Put your energy into that. And then one day somebody will be asking you, what is it that drives you to be so good at this? What is it that keeps you going at that? That's that. Hopefully, I know this video is a little bit long-winded, but I had to get it out and make sure people understand it. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.
Listen to me. I can't say it enough. Not only work on your game, perfect your craft. It's your craft. It don't belong to nobody else. Nobody else is responsible for it. You can do, you can be, you can have whatever you want. So for real, work on your game.